Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the show. I invited you here for you to stop apologizing for being too much. Look in the mirror and see how beautiful you are, how worthy of taking up all the space around you are, how worthy of dressing up your best, looking your best, smiling your best, having the best friends ever around you, having the best treatment from people around you. Just look at you and then stop being sorry for being too much. Stop taming yourself down so other people can feel comfortable. Okay? Stop that. I love this topic because for a pretty long time, I was afraid to even being just simply myself, being authentic, just because it does not fit with the social norms. Social norms? Like, who created the social norms to not dressing up every single day? Like, literally, come on. And now that each day I can express myself more and more freely, be myself more authentically, and not being afraid what other people's gonna think, and taking all the space in the room and shifting all the energy in the room, now I can talk about this topic. And I want this video to make you a little bit less worried about all those opinions and being too much. Stop saying sorry for being too much. You are not too much. You're exactly what you are supposed to be in this exact moment. You are who you are, and it's not too much or too little. Do not belittle yourself for other people. To talk about some advice, we need to figure out why people say you are too much. And now it is a very important step. You just need to realize why people are doing this thing, because as soon as you will see why, you'll understand that you were never the problem and people were never addressing you for being too much. First reason why people say that you're too much is social norms. Society has rules, and because of those rules, society runs smoothly. And as soon as you defy those norms and become too loud, people see you as a threat because you can disrupt social harmony. Now think about the fact that if you are too loud, according to what? To the silence. Like, what are we comparing for? Like, me dressing up too much is a disruption to what exactly? What exactly part of society will stop running as smooth as it used to run smoothly? Just because I dress up this much, just because I put on the lipstick, just because I try weird outfits, and sometimes even I have no idea what I am wearing, but it's cool, it's interesting, you know? And I'm using the example of outfits because it's very close to me, because I love experimenting, I love clothes, but also it can vary to any situation that you've been into and you felt too much. Now, women are usually seen as being too much because they are expected to be nurturing, to be modest, to be agreeable. And as soon as a woman becomes confident, assertive, ambitious, that's when they get criticized. Why? Because people have expectations towards you, and you disappoint them because you do not meet their expectations. Now, we all know some loud women. We all know women that are too much. You know what an interesting thing is? If that was a man, he would be praised for those qualities, for being confident, for being ambitious, for being loud. He would be praised. But if you're a woman and you're expected to be quietly sitting somewhere in the corner and nurture, you are criticized. And that's because, according to some studies, assertiveness can be seen as aggression in women. I love a song, Loud by Sophia Carson, and she has lyrics that goes, "If I was a man, then you would understand. You wouldn't say I'm causing all this drama." That's our world. Third reason why people can see you as too much is because they are projecting their own insecurities onto you. According to Carl Jung's concept of shadow self, people unconsciously project their own unrecognized qualities. So when a person sees someone with those qualities, they become upset because they have to confront the qualities that they repress in themselves. So obviously, they're not very happy because they try so hard to hide those qualities inside of themselves, so they never see them again. And then there is a person that literally shows all those qualities that they try to hide. And obviously, they can control only what is inside of them. And so when they see someone like this, they try their best to hide those qualities in that person as well. That's why they're like, oh, you are too much. Oh, maybe you should tone down. The fourth reason is desire for social control. It ensures that people remain within acceptable boundaries. So when someone says you are too much, they say this and thinking that you're gonna tame yourself down, aka you're gonna go back to normal. Now, what is normal? No idea. What is too much? Who knows? Usually they say, oh, you're too much just simply because you are different. And by normals, they probably mean, oh, be just like us, be just like me, be just like this small group of people that follow all the rules. Woo! So much fun. Fifth reason is the fear of change and a threat to social hierarchy. So when you are too much, you disrupt established power dynamics. There were some studies that show that groups are resistant to change, and when they meet one person that is too ambitious, too goal-driven, they see those dreams and they are very big. They see that person as a threat to this social hierarchy. And so they put this one person in check so they can reinforce the existing social hierarchy. So you're gonna go back to how it was. And what's gonna happen? Nothing changes if nothing changes. The sixth reason is history. For example, in the Victorian era, people that were too much, too ambitious, they, were dreaming about maybe it will be possible one day to fly. They could be seen as mentally unstable or morally deficient. Now, obviously, we do not have the same mindset as in Victorian era. So the mindset shifted. It evolved, but it still lingers somewhere in our heads. And when we see someone that is too much, we expect them to be difficult and very hard to handle. The seventh reason is psychological discomfort. From psychological standpoint, people are wired to feel uncomfortable with all the unpredictability. The psychologists have been studying the cognitive dissonance, which occurs when individuals are faced with information or behavior that clash with their own beliefs and expectations. And because it just doesn't match, they get uncomfortable because it's unpredictable. Like, what do you mean you do not think the same way I do? That's why we get a lot of arguments when people have different opinions and different beliefs. It's not because someone is wrong, but simply because both of you are so uncomfortable with, first of all, you have no idea what is the next words that will come out of another person's mouth. Second of all, okay, it's gonna be different how you can deal with it if like in your head, it exists in only this realm. Only one truth exists in your brain. Now, obviously, it can be jealousy. Someone can just say, oh, you're showing off. Like, why are you so pick me? You want everyone to pay attention to you. Why you are doing this? All of these jealousy mindsets, they go into one of those points. Like, this is the result of one of those reasons. And you see, you probably think that, oh, maybe someone was coming up to you and being very harsh with words, so you're talking about this topic. But the thing is, you may not even realize when someone thinks you are too much. Probably most of you have never encountered a very big backlash for being too much. Maybe once, twice, someone said something, but most of the times you don't even notice because it's a very gentle way to tell you that you're too much. Oh, what is the occasion for the red lipstick? I don't know, just a beautiful day. I woke up and I really just wanted to put a red lipstick. Oh, is it like a celebration for something? Why you were dressed up so fancy? Just because. Wow, I never seen you doing makeup. What? That's because like someone is here? Literally no, I just woke up and had a mood for it. People will be very gentle with telling that maybe something else. Why did you do this? Very gentle. And for a second, you can even question myself, like, truly, why did I do it? Like, maybe next time I just don't need to do this. Sometimes you will not notice until it's gonna become a snowball effect. Little phrase like this every single day will get into a big snowball. And one day you wake up and you're like, oh, maybe, yeah, I shouldn't do the red lipstick. Like, it's probably too much, Go and put that red lipstick on. Now that we know the reasons, let's go into actually being too much for everyone around us. After you saw all those reasons, you have to understand it has nothing to do with you. Literally, people do not care about you as much as you do. As you've seen, it's all about them. They are afraid that you are a threat. They are afraid because somewhere in the past it happens. They are afraid because they cannot get control over you. Like, come on, do you really want to give them control over you? They are afraid of you and intimidated by you because you are someone that they wish they were. So do not take it personal. Second advice and mindset shift. It's you whether influence the room or you get influenced in the room. It's whether you get into the room and you shift all the energy or you sit into the room with the same energy until someone else's shifts it. And you shift with that. You go with the flow. I'm sorry, I'm very big on shifting the energy. I walk into the room with the energy that I feel like I own this place. I don't care if someone's gonna see it, because I love the way I do it, not the way I look doing it. So if I'm too much, I influence the room. If someone else is too much, they're gonna influence. And you see, that's the point. The strongest frequency will win. So if you're not the strongest frequency, someone's gonna be another strongest frequency. They may be not as fancy as you are, they may be not as kind as you are, but at the end of the day, the person that's gonna be convinced that they deserve to be the way they are, and they're gonna come into the room and be authentically themselves, their frequency is gonna win. No matter what type of person they are, no matter what type of aesthetic they have, do they have a style or not, how they look, if their frequency is strongest, they're gonna shift the room. So you have to be rooted, deeply rooted in understanding that, hey, I can be myself and I am not too much. It comes to the third mindset shift. Your too much is someone else's normal. The fact that you're in an environment where other people perceive you as too much, it just means that that's the wrong environment. And you see, I totally understand when sometimes you cannot switch it in a way you would love to switch it. For example, if you're going to a college or a workplace, I am not responsible for every single student in my college. Not responsible. And I cannot shift the reality and make them be who they don't want to be. I am not there to be too much and then change them into being the same way I am. I totally understand it. When I go into the room and I know that those are not the people that align with my values, with my beliefs, all I think to myself is, what if that would be the room of people that actually are the same way as I am? They love fashion, they love books, they go to the gym, they are all into self-improvement. And then I think to myself, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't be too much for those people. I would literally be one of them. We would fit perfectly with each other. And when I go into the room, I think to myself, okay, do you really care about the opinion of people that you don't want to become? So if I don't want to become them, why would I care? Because if you want to go up, you have to have the role models that are uplifting. If you want to go down, you're welcome. You're welcome listening to the opinions of people that you don't respect. The fourth mindset shift is a question. Is it too much or is it just different? Like, I really don't get what is too much. Like, literally, too much, too loud, according to silence. Too much of clothes, according to what? Being naked? Like, what are we comparing? This question, literally, like, every time I think about too much, okay, what is too much? And I never succeed in answering that question. I think to myself, okay, maybe I'm not too much. Maybe it's just different, and different is okay. Different is normal. Just because sometime in the history, someone was perceived as mentally, unstable, doesn't mean that right now someone's gonna see me as a threat because I dress what I want, because I do what I want, because I don't talk about the things that I don't want. It's not the same as in the past anymore. So next time you're going out and you're like, okay, maybe it's too much. Maybe you're just different than people around you. If I'm gonna go in my pants and a suit or in a dress, and I will walk into the room where people wear only jeans and sweatpants and pajamas, I am not too much. I'm just different comparing to the jeans and pajamas. That's all. The fifth tip is take up space. There's a room for you. I want you to look around like, I'm standing in this room. I can do whatever I want. I can move as if I own this place because there is space for that. Like, no matter what I'm gonna do, there is the space around me. And when I go into the room and I think to myself that I'm too much, I look around and I'm like, is there an empty space where I can lift my arm a little bit, when I can take up a little bit more space? And then I understand that, yeah, actually this planet has so much space for everything and everyone that I don't need to worry about taking up too much space. Every time I go into the room, I say this to myself: take up spaces. There is a room for this. The sixth tip is to develop your signature move or phrase. Some people say that doing your lipstick in red is too much. Too much. Maybe make it your signature. That way your too muchness will transform into your personal brand. And sooner or later, if you do this enough, people will associate you with that, and they will not think about you being too much or different or a threat. They will just think that, oh, that's her. She always do her lips in red. They will see a color red. They will be like, oh, I'm thinking about Marta because she does her lips in red. Think about a lot of people that are famous, a lot of influencers. Probably most of them have something signature about them that maybe someone thought, oh, that's too much. Or you're spending too much time on your hair and now they're having their own hairlines. Oh, you spent too much time on posting that makeup and just doing your makeup. And now they're collaborating with all these big brands. Oh, she's cooking everything from scratch. Now that's her personal brand. When people are too much and they do it a lot of times, it becomes your personal brand. It becomes you, a part of you, and people just have to get used to this because, again, it's unpredictable, it's uncomfortable. But sooner or later, it becomes comfortable for others. It becomes just another normal thing to do. The 7th tip is to develop humor. And the best way to meet the criticism from other people is to laugh at it, convert it into a joke, and make it sound like a compliment for you. Someone says, oh, you're so dramatic. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for my Oscar invite at this point because life is too short not to make an entrance. Oh, you're so intense. You always go overboard. Oh yeah, absolutely. I always say, go home or go big. I guess I'm just saving up on my rent. Oh, you talk too much. Oh yeah, words are my superpower. I guess someone has to keep the energy up here. Oh my god, how are you so confident? You have so much confidence in yourself. I could never be that. Oh yeah, thanks. I mean, someone has to set the vibe here. You know, I'm just here to be the confidence hype that you never knew you needed. Some people will be like, wait, they didn't think that's a criticism. They actually accept it. And they don't know what to say when you accept this thing about yourself. You're confident. Oh yeah, thank you. No, you are too confident. Oh, thank you. That's a compliment. No, I meant that's a bad thing. Okay, what they can do with this information? Nothing. Exactly. The next tip is selective ignorance. Just select what feedback you want to ignore and what feedback you want to use your humor on, and what feedback is actually worth turning around and being, oh, thank you so much. Like that person noticed and they were like, wow, I love your outfit. It's gorgeous. I love the way you dress. You have to know when to ignore not only a selective like ignorance from one person, but also you have to sometimes ignore a lot of people at the same time. Next understanding that I want you to have is that people don't care about you. Literally, imagine them sitting when they are 60 years old in their chair. Do you really think they think about you and that one outfit that you dressed, that one day when you put your red lipstick on, when you said something, when you wrote this poem, when you did that karaoke? Do you really think they care about that time? Wow, you're selfish. Wow, you think people care about you and you're so important in their lives. Well, honey, you're not. It may sound sad, oh, no one cares, but it's a blessing as well. No one really cares. You have a free will. Use it wisely on the things that bring you joy and on the things that show your true authentic self. And the last thing always comes into acceptance and worthiness. You are worthy taking up space. You are worthy looking your best every single day. And you have to accept that that's me. That's who I am and no one can do anything about it. You are too much. Yeah, I know. Just accept yourself and understand that you are worthy of being yourself around people that are not even aligning with you. Sometimes it happens. We go through life and we get into environments when some people, we meet them, we don't align them, but we still have to spend time with them. If you're not your authentic self around random people, how you are supposed to find yours? You literally go into the world as a magnet to attract the right people. If you go as a sticker and you try to get everything to stick to you, every single thing, just be aware that with all those stickers, you'll get a lot of dirt as well. Moreover, with time, all those stickers gonna fall apart, but dirt's still gonna stay there. I don't want you to tame yourself down just because someone else does not like your potential. Do you understand that those people see something in you that you fail to see in yourself? And they are scared of it. And they are happy. Like secretly they are sitting in the room and they are, goddamn, they are happy that you don't see that potential and that you do not act upon it. Do me a favor and go glow in this world. No one is interested in your success. No one is interested in you being humble. You will not get a prize for being humble at the end of the day. You will not get a prize to taming yourself down and making others feel comfortable around you. You will not getting money. You're not getting paid for being this good and nice and not causing uncomfortability around other people. The only person it's harming is you, because you are not allowing to attract right people, right opportunities, and just the right life overall. You do not let yourself be yourself living your life. The only person that fails here is you. This world has so much space for you to be yourself, for you to glow, for you to live this life the way you want. Don't forget to be awesome, and don't forget to be too much. Bye!